Think you're ready for all this loving? I ain't gonna fool ya. No, babe, mama, I'm gonna school ya. I know where to begin. Mama, let me in. I'm dishing out good love tonight. Gonna serve it to you right. Gonna give you that soul shaking kind of love. Oh, I'm gonna give you that soul shaking kind of love. Oh, yeah. Oh, you think you're ready for all this loving? I'm gonna move you. Babe, mama, I'm gonna groove you. Hey, unleash the beast within. Let it devour my sin. Go and keep a lick of blood tonight. Let me hold on tight. Gonna give you that soul shaking kind of love. Oh, I'm gonna give you that soul shaking kind of love. Come and get that soul shaking kind of love.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Frankie and Nycee radio show. Right today, I'm a little solo. So Frankie's out right now. Say what's up to Frankie, guys. Yeah, I'm just being silly right now. So yeah. So today we have a special guest, and his name is Anthony.
What's up?
What's
What's
going on,
up? What's
Anthony?
going on?
Yes, Anthony Stevens to be exact. I didn't know if you want your full government out there. But
I'll get my full government name.
he is part of our special guest, which is Unclassified Trio. They all could make it today, so we just have a representative.
Just got me here.
I think he's CEO anyway.
Yeah.
So that's how we're gonna do that.
Oh yeah.
All right, just to give a shout out to the song we were playing. That was Obi Soul Star and Afro Rock Religion called Soul Shaking Kind of Love.
Yes.
And this past weekend, he actually had a birthday. We like to shout out our Chicago artists on the show. And as well as Bass Claiborne, who is a friend to the show, has also been on our show before.
Happy
And
birthday.
yeah, happy birthday. Happy birthday, guys. I hope you guys had a wonderful birthday. I know they had a celebration at Subterranean on the north side of Chicago, and it was a full out birthday bash. Everybody was there from Earl St. James, Sam Trump, Frankie Parker. So, I hate I missed it, but I heard it was a great
Heard it was
time.
phenomenal, actually.
Right. And what else did you hear about it?
Actually, I heard Frankie killed the show. She was one
Yeah.
of the ones who actually, did her thing, and
Hmm.
I heard everybody did their thing, but I heard Frankie. She did her thing. So uh,
Yeah,
that's
she's
what's up.
amazing. She's amazing. Like, I'm trying to get through the show without her. I rarely do a show without her, so I'm a little nervous out there. I don't know if you guys can tell, but we're going to get through this. Yeah.
Definitely.
So, just want to talk about a couple of hot topics that's been going on in the news. Um, as far as with women, we've been having the women marches going on for the past couple of months because of the new guy that we have in office. I don't really call him a president because I don't see him
Shade.
as very presidential. But that's just my opinion. And just in the workforces, we it seems like we are still fighting to have equal rights.
Hmm.
And just to put a couple of companies out there on blast, they were really speaking and focusing on Uber
Hmm.
as a
Hmm.
place where in the headquarters they don't really hire a lot of women.
Hmm.
And I was just thinking about that because I actually work for an app. I would like to, leave it disclosed.
Disclose. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. But I work for an app and I see that they make changes as far as hiring an equal amount of women and men. But I do see that they have a you know, minority complex issue, I
Hmm.
believe, as
Hmm.
far
Hmm.
as how most of our minorities are in service. But the higher you go up, as far as
Hmm.
in marketing and tech, a lot of men are there. And
Hmm.
then not only just men, but, just Caucasian men.
Hmm.
And I sometimes think that, we're still not, we still have a long way to go
Oh
with
yeah. Oh yeah.
balancing
Oh yeah.
how we treat each other and about how society sees us. We all need to be out there making money. And,
Hmm.
Uber
Hmm.
is one of the best ways to do it when you
Hmm.
don't have
Hmm.
anything. And, or as far as being in the office, if you want that experience, I just think that it's time for our higher uppers to, open things up for
Oh
women
yeah. Oh
because
yeah.
we are very important. Without us,
Mm.
there's no you.
That's true. Yeah, that's definitely true. It's a topic where it definitely needs to be addressed.
Hmm.
Just simply because the fact, like you said, women, have the same rights as men have.
Right.
There shouldn't be any discrimination against the two. And like you said, the higher up you go, you do find male Caucasian men.
Hmm.
It's not that we're not. I guess you could say we're overlooked.
Yeah.
And women and African American men are
Hmm.
overlooked. If you have two people coming in for a job interview, it's most likely that whatever qualifications you have, it's most likely that the one who's going to walk away with the job will be the Caucasian male. It's sad to say, but that's reality. That's the world we live in today. So
Yeah.
I feel like there has to be some change that must be made, and it's not going to happen until we stand up and let it be heard and let our voice be heard. So I agree. I do agree.
I know. And speaking about letting our voices be heard with the marches and the walks, I think that is letting our voice be heard.
Hmm.
But so many people downplay marching like it
Hmm.
never worked for us in the first
Hmm.
place.
Hmm. Hmm.
I constantly see on Facebook or even on other media outlets where I'm just, we would have like videos of people marching and
Hmm.
talking. It's like, oh, what is that doing?
Hmm.
It really does help
Oh yeah.
because we are the people. We are the ones who are supposed to make the decisions. And since America is supposed to be a democracy and
Hmm.
they just been living it as a dictatorship for
Hmm. Hmm.
since I can remember
Oh
as
yeah.
me being a young child and as far as my parents
Hmm.
and what's been going on with them back in the day. But they marched and they, you know, went to those meetings that
Hmm.
everybody
Hmm.
are not going to. Now they are
Right.
because a
Right.
lot of people are noticing that the mixture of healthcare and what's happening with that.
Mm.
And don't even get me started on it turning from the Affordable Care Act now to
Yeah.
the American Care Act,
Mm.
and they're just trying to do little tweaks. And it's still the same thing. It still has President Obama's name on
Yep.
it.
Yep. 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 Yep.
So, and then speaking of Trump land again, we are into the arts and we are just, I know. Yeah. So we are constantly fighting to keep arts in our schools. And just the fact that I saw a story about his son, going to school and it's not in Washington, D.C. He's living in New York with his mom, and it's about $183 million to keep them there, as well as security with, just I guess their everyday living or
Right.
just make
Right.
sure he's protected, which is, understandable because he is the president's
President's son.
son.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, when are I don't know, maybe because he's rich or whatever, but when are he? I think he could have put his foot down. That's a lot of money. They are always talking about cutbacks
Right,
and
right.
where they need to cut from here and where they need to cut from there. But for you to have $183 million
Just to spend.
just to
Yeah.
spend, and me hearing about the difference between me hearing about what's going on with the arts in the schools and how that's only 150 million
Hmm.
state nationwide,
Right.
and they're even talking about cutting that back. So I guess my question is I know his son being protected is important, but what about all of the other children and how they're doing in their curriculums and what's
Right.
going on in their lives? And it just seems like I feel like I have such a heart for people that it's just it really makes me sad when I hear about a lot of fundings being cut because of children who aren't really
Right.
have
Right.
money like that. So I do have a question, and it's going to kind of tie into our topic of the day. Is what did the arts do for you as being, a child growing up and, Chicago. Did you grow up in Chicago?
Yes, I did. Yep. Yep.
Okay, or
Uh,
the
the
suburbs, because
suburb. Yeah.
people.
So yeah. So what the arts did for me, it actually kept me out of the streets. It kept me
Okay.
away from, it kept me away from the what do you want to call it? I don't want to say gang,
Mhm.
thugs or anything like that, but it kept me away from the bad company. You could say it like that. It kept me away. It kept me out of harm's way. It was a lot of things I could have been getting myself into. It was a lot of things that I could have, I could have been messed up today if it wasn't for the arts and the music. The music actually helped me to become the man I am today. I'm not perfect by no means, but
Mhm.
I'm way farther along in life because of music. If it wasn't for music, again, I don't know where I would be. So I hear what you're saying. It's a shame for them to cut the music programs simply because, again, uh, it's so many kids out here, so many teenagers that are wanting something to do. They're wanting after school activities. They're wanting
Mhm.
different activities. They're wanting to, learn music and learn arts. And it's not just arts, but they want to learn any type of performing arts. They want to, they want to get their hands into
Yeah.
something. And for for them to cut it, it's just like, what else, what alternative are you giving them?
Mhm.
What options are you giving them to do? If you're going to cut something, at least give them something else to look forward to or something else to get involved in. And it's just like you're cutting it and just saying, hey, find your way, basically.
Pretty much. And then if you guys want to join the discussion, you can give us a call at 708-223-8953 at Intellectual Radio headquarters. So if you guys want to give us a call, let us know how do you guys feel about, music in schools, and how it just seems like no one else cares about our children and what they are going through as far as, Chance, he was trying to do something good. And
Hmm.
I don't even think
Yes. Shout
I'm not
out, shout
even,
out.
yeah, shout out to Chance. I'm not sure if it was just basically about arts, but I'm sure it was, it had something to do with that. And that's just $1 million. We
Right,
have
right.
a plethora of other schools that need this type of money. And what music did for me, it gave me experience.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it's not just music, but even with playing sports, like people who play sports and fight and
Right.
write.
Yes, yes,
Actually,
yes,
like
yes.
going to a library and just sitting there and like looking at other poets like James Baldwin and Langston Hughes, those type
Right.
of things. But with music, I think it gave me all of that because, with church, and it gave me a faith.
Right, right, right,
That's
right.
how most of
That's
us started
important.
in church.
Mhm.
Yeah, started with music in church. So for us to be able to develop it in schools was a great way for me to travel and go across the country and
Right.
even out of the states to just meet different type of people and learn different type of cultures. I thought it was a great thing. And it's just sad that a lot of children are going to be missing that.
It seems
Yeah.
like sometimes music is some people's only outlet when they're
Mhm.
going through different situations in life, and when they're going through different stages in life. Music is that outlet to get you over that stump, get you over that hill. So I mean, it's very unfortunate that they're cutting back on the music programs, and it's very sad. So
Mhm. Yeah. So speaking of music, we definitely want to get into your band called
definitely,
Unclassified Trio. So
definitely.
before we go to a small break, I just want you to give us a little information about where the name comes from.
So the name actually came unclassified. It pretty much it pretty much states that it's not arranged or assigned to any
Mhm.
class or genre. Basically, meaning when we curate our music, we think outside the box. We're not boxed into one genre, but we give you a
Right.
little bit of R&B, soul, jazz, funk, blues, every genre you could think of. We give it to you. So and you'll be hearing that on our latest album coming out. So stay tuned as well for that.
Okay, well, we can't wait to hear it. So we're gonna go on a small break, and we're gonna play a song from Adam Ness called "No Lack" off his album High Places, and we'll be right back.
It's the eye opener, it's the lack of cutting off. It's the coffee you smell in the morning, it's the breath of fresh air. With that condition of the world, you're not affected. Bright eyes don't shift from the goal ahead. You keep pressing on instead. Think about it. What do you like? You get what you ask for. What do you like? Then you get what you ask for. Oh, baby, understand. You get what you ask for in one way or another. You need to next, no struggling, no lack. Sometimes your vision's blurry and that makes you human. But what's joy without suffering? That's the gift worth honoring. The road ahead won't be easy, but remember when you maintain, then you'll understand that your gain is greater than your pain. What do you like? Then you get what you ask for. What do you like? You get what you ask for. Now you go, baby. You get what you ask for in one way or another. You need to let you know something. What do you like? You get what you really want. You get what you want. You get what you ask for in one way or another. You need to let no struggle your inside as well. You're covered by grace, immersed in His glory. Dead is the righteousness. Yeah, you get what you don't deserve. You get what it pays for. Yeah. Ooh. I believe in lack, and that ultimately all my needs are met. No lack, no lack. If you got a roof over your head tonight and a bed to sleep tight, let me hear you say yeah. Say yeah. Yeah. Got clothes on your back tonight, the good music make you feel alright. Let me hear you say yeah. Now you get what you ask for. You get what you want. You get what you ask for. One way or another, you need to let. You get what you ask for. You get what you want.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And before we went to break, we played the song by Adam Ness called What Do You Lack? Was called actually No Lack off of his album High Places. And we're also discussing music in schools and, the band Unclassified Trio headed by Anthony. So if you want to give
Yes.
us a call, our number is 708-223-8953. Again, that's 708-223-8953, intellectualradio.com. So Anthony,
Yes. Yes.
Unclassified Trio, that's your band.
Yep. Yes.
So, who are the members? And it's a trio. So, what are the instruments?
So actually, the main instruments are myself, bass, and keyboard.
Okay.
So we normally, like we have a show coming up this Thursday. So I actually did call in a few other, band members. Our full band actually, when we do, the big shebang, we have horns, we have keyboards, lead guitar,
Mm-hmm.
a bass, and then myself on drums, and then we have background singers, the whole shebang. Our lead singer, Kansas, we have her as well,
Who? No, I'm just
Kansas.
playing.
So we had so when we have the whole shebang, I mean it's the whole we have the whole band,
The whole band.
and it's funny because the name. Actually, it's a funny story of how we got the name because my old band was called Goodell Music Crew.
Yeah, I remember that band. They played for
Yeah,
me one
yeah,
time
yeah, yeah. At the Underground
at the
Wonder
Underground
Bar.
Wonder
Yep, that
Bar.
is true.
I was wondering about the name change.
And in life, there you have changes. So the name didn't quite go over so well. I say that. People started mispronouncing the word. It just didn't fit. So
Okay.
sometimes the changes are good. So
Yeah.
we sat down, went back to the drawing board, and we actually figured out that this name would fit best, Unclassified Trio.
Hmm.
So, and like I said, the meaning of unclassified is it's not assigned or arranged in any class or genre. So, and we figured, that fits us best because we don't want to be boxed in. We don't want to, we want to think outside the box.
Right.
So that's where the name came from. So it's a
Hmm.
funny little fact. So
Okay. So as far as you said bass, keys, and drums, you want to give a shout out to the band?
yes. So actually, on bass is my brother. His name is Brandon Stevens, and then
Okay.
on keys we have Mr. Brian. Brian Brown. He plays for multiple artists. I'm sure.
Brian
Brian
Brown.
Brown. Yep,
Okay.
yep, yep. So I have him on keys, and then when we have the whole band as well, I have Sam Mitchum on lead guitar, and I
Hmm.
have Antoine and Dewan, of course, the
The
twins,
horn playing brothers.
the horn
I don't know
playing
if they have a
brothers.
name. Do they have a
They have
name?
what is the
Horn
the
twins.
Horn Twins. Hey, they people. That's a bunch of names for them, but they're cool people, definitely. So
Yeah,
Antoine
they've
and
been trying to
Dewan.
get on the show. They say, "Hey, Niecy, Frankie, what do we have to do to get on the show?" So I'm just like, just keep doing what
Just
you're
keep on.
doing.
Yeah, of
You're
course, of
gonna get
course, of
here,
course.
most
Yeah,
definitely.
most definitely. I mean, they're talented. They're two talented young brothers,
Hmm.
and the fact that they play together all the time, that's incredible. You sometimes you find horn players, and it's kind of hard for them to pick the different parts out. But these dudes, I mean, they come in, and because they're so locked, they've been playing together for forever. They come in and get the job done just at the snap of a finger. So shout out to them, the Horn Twins. Uh, cool dudes, and
Hmm.
as well as the whole entire band, good people,
Right.
definitely.
Yeah. So we were discussing this before the show, but I was talking about how you and your brother are working together.
Hmm.
And well, you mentioned in the twins, and this is all coming from because I have a brother that works in the music industry as
Right.
well. So I just wonder, like, do you ever catch them arguing with each other? You know how brothers and
Oh
sisters
yeah,
do.
oh yeah, oh yeah. I would definitely, I would be the first to admit that me and my brother have had some arguments. One
Hmm.
person might think it should go this way, another person think it might go this way. So I mean, the arguments are bound to happen.
Yeah.
Family argues, especially by being brothers. You're gonna argue. You're not gonna see eye to eye, but it works out good because you are family, and
Right.
family sticks together. So
Always.
that's the plus side to having, a family member that plays an instrument or sings, with you. You can always call on them, and they'll drop whatever they have at the drop of a dime, and they'll come do what you need them to do. So I do appreciate the fact that he is willing to come whenever I call. He sits in the studio with me till
Hmm.
3 a.m. sometimes. He's all about getting the job done. He doesn't play any games. When it's serious, when the game face has to come on, it comes on. So that's a plus side to it.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I'm a little different because I think people try to compare me
Mhm.
and my brother
Right.
together.
I feel you.
And yeah, so, and it kind of feels like, I don't know if the word competition is the best word to say, but I mean, it's indirectly
And
competition.
right.
Yeah, because he can do all the riff and runs, and then I come with my smooth tones, and they just like, hey, where are the riff and
But you
runs?
know
And
what though? You got and most people don't think about this. Every
mhm,
artist is not the same.
right,
So the artist that he may be with the riffs and
uh
runs,
huh,
that's not your style. So
exactly,
you have the more mellow, laid back, Jill Scott. You have that style. So I mean,
right,
people have to realize that you're not going to get a Beyonce
mhm,
out of Erica Badu.
right.
It's just two separate fields, two different genres. So
Right, Beyonce and Solange. You see how different they are.
exactly,
Beyonce is cutthroat. I'm
exactly.
gonna sing down and I'm gonna
Eh,
dance, and it's not that Solange can't do that either. Because I'm just, not that I really know what she
right, right,
can
right,
do.
right,
I mean, I'm
right,
just going off of me being a Knowles fan,
right,
period.
right, right,
So, but she does come with the smoother sounds, and just like with Brandy and Ray J and their
right,
brother and sister. And
right.
I know we always hear, oh, that's just Brandy's brother. And a lot of
Right,
people
right.
never really say, oh, that's Ray J. But Ray J had to make his own avenue, even though it wasn't the best. As bad as it is, we all know Ray J
We
now.
all right.
Shout out
Yes,
to Love and
yep.
Hip Hop.
Shout
And
out.
what was the show he was on
The new
where
one.
he
It's
was
a
a
new one.
bachelor
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
about him about Ray J and him and all these other women, and he was trying to find
Right,
the
right.
love for
The
Ray
love
J
for
or
Ray.
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. So who else were brothers and sisters? I don't know if you know about BJ the Chicago Kid.
I
Who?
do. I do.
Yeah,
I
his
do.
brother is amazing. His brother is
Oh wow.
Aaron Sledge.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
and
yeah.
he
Yeah.
has an album. He's more of a gospel artist where BJ is R&B, but I
Right.
do see their influences with each other with how they sound,
Right.
and
Right.
Aaron being the oldest,
Right.
and I just look at that, I'm just like, that's crazy. It's like we all have some of the same goals, like just being around each other and being cut from the same cloth. It's your brother, it's your
Right.
sister,
Right. Right.
and you have some of the same dreams. And people try to bid you against each other because they want to compare or just make it a huge spill.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I
you
mean, and
know,
just look at another
hmm
brothers, Chance the Rapper, and his brother.
I was looking at a story about that. So
Yeah, I mean they're two completely different. They both are in the same genre, but they have two completely different styles. But they still love on each other. They still support each other. They still strengthen each other. And like you said, they're after the same goal. And
hmm
at the end of the day, we're all trying to get to the same place. So I mean, and that's another thing I like to touch on. It's just it's deep in the heart, that topic is we're all trying to make it to the same place. Why not help each other?
exactly.
No one's in it for competition. No one's in it for rival or anything like that. We're trying to make it to the same place, so we should all stick together and let's make it there together.
Yeah, I feel that. Let's make it there together, y'all. All right. So, just another question about the band. Well, why did you choose Underground Wonder Bar? I did hear that the venue had closed down. So, I know they've paved the way for a lot of different
Yes,
genres, like how
yes,
Unclassified is, from house to rock,
yes.
like a straight up piano bar
Right.
at one
Oh yeah.
time,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
and alternative with R&B soul. We've all done shows there
Mhm.
before.
Mhm.
So, was that your focal point of why you wanted to use
It was
Underground Wonder
actually
Bar?
because, like you said, it seems like everyone had their start, or they had that was the beginning stages of their career, was the Underground Wonder Bar,
Mm-hmm.
and then as well, Underground Wonder Bar, they show you so much love.
Yeah.
They really do. They don't try to pick. They don't try to rape you and with calls. It's just they show you so much
Mm,
love. Uh,
I don't know. I'm not gonna
you had
talk
a bad
about.
you had a bad
I
experience.
had one bad experience, maybe a couple of bad experiences because I didn't know who was in charge of what, and
Was it downstairs or upstairs
it was
though?
both.
Both. Okay.
Just I didn't know if I was getting some money off the door or if the person who booked me was
Was
getting
getting
half my money off the door, and
Gotcha.
so I've been hearing people with who've had difficulties with that, but nevertheless, it was a
Right. Oh
great
yeah.
place to
Oh
perform.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And it's shout out to all the Chicago venues. Yeah, they're all great places to perform. But like I said, the reason why we chose Underground One the
Uh
Bar
huh.
is because, again, a lot of people, that's like the starting point. And then you make a good name there. You never know how long, where that good word to go. So
Hmm.
definitely, definitely.
Okay. I was thinking about when you say a good start. I was thinking about it made me think about Refuge and Close Up
Hmm.
Two, which is pretty
Definitely
much the
two
same
same.
the
Yeah.
same
Yep.
spot. But why not one of those places? And especially because it's black owned.
You know what? And I thought about I actually reached out to Refuge. I guess the time frame when I wanted to do the show, they had a lot going on.
Okay.
So I definitely I want to perform, at Refuge. Maybe when the booking kind of lightens up a little bit, because I reached out and they said they were actually booked for this Thursday actually. So
Hmm.
I definitely do want to perform at Refuge. Like you said, it's black owned, and that's another plus. So yeah, definitely. I'm gonna we gonna be there. We gonna definitely you gonna see us there.
Right.
Definitely.
That was just one of my questions. So then, with Unclassified Trio, where do you think it would? I mean, it's most definitely unclassified, but as far as what you want for the future of the band, like where do you see it going, and like what like place do you want it to be musically in the city of Chicago? Since there's so many different avenues to go through or ways to, you know.
But I'm gonna be completely honest. I want what my goal is to hit most of the venues in Chicago, but
Okay.
I don't want to stay in Chicago.
Okay.
I want us to travel. I want the world to notice and to recognize Unclassified Trio, and to hear and experience Unclassified Trio. It's not, and I don't want to get stuck in the city of Chicago. It's so many places, so many venues. Like now, I mean, I'm booking venues in Austin, Texas. I'm booking venues in Detroit.
Hmm.
So I mean, it's so many avenues to go other than just the city of Chicago. Of course, you want to rep your city. You want to make
Of
sure that
course.
you give your city, the love that it deserves. But I don't want to get stuck and complacent in the city of Chicago. I want to definitely travel,
Okay.
and even in the future. I see us in different countries. Performing for different countries. So the whole shebang. I see us going all the way. So, and we actually, and a fun fact as well. I get a lot of my experience, well, a lot of my creativeness, and I
Hmm.
get a lot of my ideas from Robert Glasper.
Okay.
That is my number one role model. Is
Yeah.
Robert.
Shout out to Robert
Shout
Glasper.
out to Robert
I think he's
Glasper.
incredible
Oh
as
yeah.
far as, just having his band. Like there's so many jazz, R&B, fusion,
Yes.
funk type of bands.
Yes.
He really is unclassified as well.
Yes. Unique. Definitely
Hmm.
unique. He is very unique. His music, his lyrics, his band, they're all unique, so that's where I get most of my, you know,
Your ideas.
ideas. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The light bulb.
So if you guys want to at least join the conversation or just call about and congratulate Anthony on this is kind of like your breaking out show,
Yes,
correct?
it's going to be actually the it's going to be our breaking out show. Yes, and it's also
Mm-hmm.
going to be the single release Thursday, March 23rd. Our single "Growing Pain" drops, so you can go out on every digital outlet and you can go ahead and purchase it.
Well, I do have a surprise for the people. Because this is the Frankie and Nycee radio show, and we are a show of premieres. We've had Story Devereaux premiere her music on the show.
Right.
We've had Coco Ganza and Chris Paquette tell us that they were going to China, or no, it was Hong Kong on
Ah.
our show. We've had a couple of other artists like Dante Hall and John
Mm.
Pierce and Sidewalk Chalk just give us some of their new music. So,
Mm.
just to follow in Frankie and Nycee style, we have the premiere of your song. What's the name of the song
Uh-oh.
again? Oh, Growing
Uh-oh.
Pains. I got it. Of Growing Pains, and we would like for you guys to listen to it. So we're going to take a quick break.
Say why you do this to me. I'm growing older and realizing what life is doing. I came from the dirt, I'm straight off the boat. A new style, some new chains so I can boast. A new whip to make sure I move right. Mama, I made it, I swear that your boy gon' be tight. And we might face some problems growing up where I'm from. The 216, get Roddy saying, who want this? He from the sud, I'm from the land with the dirt and the rust in the tub. Wanting to flash things with CEOs ain't giving no love. Let me be chill. Skin the color of the savior, going through his adversity. Slash that's life, crucifixion is hurting me. Bring out the worst in me, not so easy today. Growing up like I am, you learn from your pains. Yeah. Pain is a form of art, and I'm using my art to write this. I'm talking pencil and hand to the trance like it's arthritis. Who would have thought I would fight this? Feeling thing I'm nothing. Break away into pieces, two pieces bound to be coming. I can feel your pain is oozing out your soul. So let it go. It's valuable. Learning lessons and hoping they become blessings. If he don't fall, then he falls in my community. The golden ticket, this bully walking ain't new to me. It's all new to me. Such a statistic, sadistic to say the least. Some like the pain, the pressure, and all the heat. But not me, not the anomaly. Just saying don't write me out when you know nothing about me.
Okay, thanks for tuning in to the Frankie and Nycee radio show on intellectualradio.com. I do apologize for the little glitch. We were going to play it all the way, but something happened. But, we have technical difficulties. But okay, so Anthony,
Yes.
that we just played Growing Pains by Unclassified Trio.
Yes.
And I had all kinds of questions for him while the song was playing. So first off, Growing Pains, what was the meaning behind this song?
So pretty much meaning no matter what you go through in life, you can overcome the pains of life. You can
Mm-hmm.
there's always an outlet to overcoming any pain that you have in life. So you can grow through it, and from growing through it, you be much wiser. It strengthens you. It keeps you it makes you stronger pretty much. So,
Right.
any pain you go through, don't think that that's the end. Don't think that it's just over. You can grow through it and be much stronger and wiser. So that's pretty much the meaning behind it. Growing pain. So yep, definitely.
Yeah, that's dope. I actually really enjoyed that song. Who was the guy rapping?
His name is Jordan Lee,
Mm-hmm.
actually, out of Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland.
Yes, yes, yes,
Cleveland
yes,
rocks.
yes.
Drew
So
Carey.
very, very talented. Very, very, very talented. As you heard the lyrics he came up with them on spot. And I gave him the idea. He sat down with a pencil and paper, and that's the end result. So
Oh, don't you envy people like that?
I do.
As
Yeah,
a singer, I just think that my writing has not clicked on, or like if I
right.
sit and like actually for like maybe 2 3 days, I may
Then
come
it'll
up with a song.
right, right,
I
right,
can get
right.
you a good hook in like maybe 2 3 hours.
Same here. It's like it's the same situation. It takes me a good week to come up with an entire verses and everything. It's just like people who sit down and they can give you something within 30 minutes. It's like wow,
I think it's an
wow, it's
incredible
incredible.
skill.
It is
Yeah, but I know
incredible.
it comes from practice. It comes from growing,
Right,
like
right,
as in your
right.
song. And
Yes, yes.
shout out to the children who are missing that funding from schools. Like we gonna have
Right
these
back
growing
to those
pains.
hot
I'm
topics.
telling you. I mean, I have to just I bring it up. And we're still growing as we get older. It's like, I have people in their late 30s, some of my good friends like, ooh, I can't wait till I get 40 because I'm going through this, I'm going through that. I mean, it's a huge year, but I mean, like 40 is like you're still growing and
Right.
until you pretty much leave this earth.
Oh
So,
yeah, oh yeah. You
you know,
never. And that's another thing. You're never too old to grow. You're
right.
never too old to learn. You're never too old to take advice from someone. So you don't think because you reached 40 and 50, you know it all. No,
Mhm.
you still
Yes,
you still got some you still got some advice you can take from someone who's in their 70s and 80s. So
exactly.
definitely.
Okay, come on, Growing Pains on
Mhm.
Classified Trio. And that's going to be at Underground Wonder Bar because I want everybody
Thursday.
to be there.
Thursday, everybody. I want you to invite your everybody,
Okay, now what
everybody.
time?
It's at 8 p.m. So it's at 8 p.m. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8.
Mm-hmm.
$10 cover
$10
charge.
cover. Okay.
Yep, yep. Again, that's at Underground Wonder Bar, 710 North Clark. So come on out. Just have a good time and experience Unclassified Trio, the
Yes.
relaunch experience. So come on out.
The relaunch experience. I think
Yes,
that's awesome.
yes.
Okay, now as far as the song, now where will we be able to find the song?
So the song on Thursday, March 23rd, you can find it on all digital outlets. That's iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, every digital outlet you can find it on. That's Thursday, March 23rd. So I want everybody to go out and get it. Like again, you find it on all digital outlets.
Yeah, now speaking of digital outlets, we were just, because I love to talk before the show just to know where my guest head is.
Right.
You mentioned something called TuneCore.
Yes, yes. So it's another distributor, basically. So you know how you have your CD baby. It's a distributor. So what it allows you to do is you can distribute through all digital outlets. Again, that's iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon, and it has a little it has a nice nice little tool where you can actually pay $10 extra, and you can have your music played on all new and upcoming digital outlets as well. So say someone you say a new store opens, a new digital store opens, within a couple months, your music plays on that new digital outlet as
On a new
well.
digital outlet.
Yes. Yep.
Shout out to TuneCore.
Shout out to
I can't do
TuneCore.
too many shout outs because we need sponsors. So if you want to sponsor us, we will do a
Call
TuneCore
that number
commercial.
708.
708-223-8953. We will do a TuneCore commercial, TuneCore commercial with jingles and all. So yeah, I just wanted you to let us know that because a lot of people are wondering, you say like a lot of people use CD Baby,
Mhm.
and it really doesn't get all of your music out there, but it's going to distribute everything out for just $20, y'all.
Right,
So,
$20.
you got a dream and you want your song out. I mean, you want everybody
$20.
to hear it. $20. That's all you need. Okay.
$20.
$20 holla. All right. So we're probably going to be wrapping up soon, but I do want to know more about you, Anthony. So it's your band. Well, it's all of you guys' band, but
Right,
you
right,
were
right.
like the pretty much the CEO of
Founder,
the
yeah.
band. Yeah. So I just want to know, you mentioned Robert Glasper. Do you have any other influences?
I do actually. So I have Robert Glasper. Um, I have the Yellow Jackets. They're another influence.
Yes.
Erica Badu, she's another influence. I
We
have
love Erica here in
um,
Chicago. I don't mean to stop you,
yes,
but Erica, we
yes,
love you out here,
yes,
girl.
yes. Her another one. She just
You
her
so
lyrics are
funky.
just, yes, yes, yes. So yes, Erica Badu, and then I also have some other influences such as let me think. I mean, even John Mayer, for like I said,
John
genre.
Mayer is in my heart.
There's no
Yes.
specific, genre. So John Mayer, his music is just incredible as well, and he's another influence. So definitely, definitely.
Now, John Mayer is a guitar player. So is it just his writing and his music that influences you? Or
Well,
because, like, what drummers, like, since you are a drummer, what? Hmm.
drummer wise, I would have to say Chris Dave is like my
Okay.
number one influence on drummer wise, and then you have Calvin Rogers. I grew up watching him. I grew up watching Spanky,
Chicago. Uh-huh.
Chicago. Yep,
Spanky's
Chicago.
Philly, right?
Yeah, yeah, Philly. And
Mm-hmm.
then I grew up watching Rex Hardy. He's now the drummer and MD for Mary
Uh-huh.
J. Blige. So I mean, it's I grew up watching a bunch of different cats. Chris Miskell, Kahari Parker. It's just so many of them, so many that you grow up just watching, and you take a little bit from every one of them, and then you make it your own sound. So
Of course.
you think of my sound as a little bit of Calvin Rogers and a little bit of Chris Dave slash Spanky, with the off timing and of
Mm-hmm.
course staying in the
Yes.
pocket. So definitely.
I know I keep, when I say and I say yes, I always look at our director because he always trying to get me with these
No.
I'm trying to do better, guys. But yes, I think that's amazing. Chicago is filled with
Oh yeah.
uber amount of talent
Oh yeah.
and drummers galore. Not most of our drummers here that are in the industry are touring.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and
Yep.
I think that's something that I feel that that you see for yourself. I think that's amazing. As far as where you want to go in life, and just want to take your brother and your friends
Oh
and
yeah. Oh
your
yeah.
music with you,
Oh
which
yeah.
is something that we all strive to do.
Oh yeah.
All
Definitely.
right. So Frankie always does this thing called Frankie's Top Five,
Okay.
but it's not Frankie's show today. It's Nycee. And make things kind of short and simple. So I'm gonna do a Nycee's top three.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So for my first top three is, where is your favorite place to look for the top three favorite places to play in Chicago?
Favorite places to
And
play.
I played with you. Like me and Anthony, we're actually kind of in the band
Yes.
together
Yes.
with
Yes.
Earth St. James. Y'all know
Shout
y'all
out
love Earth
Earth.
St. James on our show.
Shout out.
So
Are you ready? Are you ready?
yes, are you ready? Get ready, ready.
Definitely. So I would have to say my top. You said three places.
Top three,
Top
yes.
three places to play. Well, one of them would definitely have to be the Promontory.
Okay.
Let me think here. Promontory, The Wire. That's another great venue. And also, I would have to say one of the most outstanding all-time favorites was the Taste of Chicago.
The Taste of Chicago.
Yes,
Now, who did
yes.
you play with at the
Oh,
Taste?
Aniba Hotep, Miss Soul Collective.
Oh yeah.
Definitely, definitely.
Okay.
So that was definitely a fun gig. So I'll have to say those are my top three.
I want a
Promontory,
Taste of
Wire,
Chicago
Taste
gig.
Chicago. It is definitely fun. The
Was
crowd
it
is
the main
energetic.
stage?
Yes, the main stage. Yep.
Amazing. Shout out
Cra-
to Aniba.
Shout
They've
out.
also been on the show before, and I think they're an amazing unit.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely.
okay, so that was your favorite place to play. Now, what are your top three places that you haven't played that you can't wait to play?
I would have to say,
And that's
obviously,
all over.
obviously the United Center. I've always dreamed of playing at United Center. And let me think of, let me see, probably House of Blues. Is there? I think is there a House of Blues in New York? I believe.
Yeah, it's one in New
Yeah,
York and it's one in Los Angeles that I've
Los
performed
Angeles is the
there.
one. The one in
Okay.
Los Angeles. That's the
Okay.
one. House of Blues in Los Angeles, and then just somewhere outside of the country. Just on a stage outside the country.
Okay. I think we may have a caller. We're just going to check really quickly before we get into our next top three. Okay, and we do have a caller. Thank you for calling the Frankie and Nycee radio show. And who am I speaking with?
It's Frankie Parker.
Frankie, what's going on? Where are
Hey
you?
y'all. Hey y'all. I'm sorry, Anthony, I'm not there. I love you.
I love you. What's going on, Frankie?
Oh, nothing much. I set myself for this play. Uh,
Gotcha.
I just wanted to call and see how everything was going. They see you good over there?
Yes, everything is going well. I'm actually a bit off you a little bit. Instead of doing Frankie's top five, I'm doing Anisie's top three.
Yeah, Niecy. Come on, Niecy, top three. They kind of lie too.
Right,
Top
because
three.
I like to keep it short and simple, short and sweet.
Well, you better answer the questions right, Anthony, okay?
Oh
I
yeah,
got you.
he's doing great. Like it's been great. I'm so glad you called in because we just talked
Say
about.
yes. I love you guys.
Okay, I love you
And
too.
Anthony, we got to bring you back with the rest of the band
Definitely.
so that we can talk to everybody and then I can see you, okay?
Definitely. We'll do. We'll do.
All right. All right. See you Friday, Underground Wonder Bar.
Gotcha. See ya.
Now is it Friday or Thursday?
Thursday. It's Thursday.
Remember, it's
Frankie.
Thursday.
Frankie, it's
Somebody's
Thursday.
not
Sunday,
watching the
y'all
show.
know. Y'all
It,
know my
it's
sister's
Thursday at
black.
8 o'clock,
It's black.
Frankie.
Love y'all.
All right,
Love
love you
you.
too. Thanks for calling. That was great. I think she's calling to check up on us.
So we holding it down. We
Right,
got
we
this.
holding it
We got
down.
this.
Right, of course. Okay, so I'm gonna give you two more.
Okay.
So I know you mentioned your influences. Let's see, what else do I have on my list? And your favorite places to play. Um, Venues that you couldn't wait to get in. Now, I do have a question. Do you play any other instrument besides drums?
I dibble and dabble on the keyboard. I wouldn't
Dibble and
say I
dabble.
wouldn't say it's a primary instrument, but I can sit down and think. That's where I get most of my thoughts from. So
Okay.
I do play a little bit of piano. Used to take piano lessons when I was younger. Should have stuck with it. So it
Okay.
would have been very beneficial. I will say that. So I do dibble and dabble on the keyboard a little bit. So
Keyboard. So piano is one. Now, what are your other top two instruments that you would play if you could?
definitely I would play guitar, whether that
Guitar.
be acoustic or electric guitar. And I would also like to learn. I would learn the bass as well.
The
So
bass.
yeah.
Oh, so you could be your own band,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, hey, I could. I'm actually going back to school to be a music teacher. So,
Okay.
and doing so, you have to learn, so many, it's a certain amount of instruments you have to learn. So, I'm looking forward to that as well. Definitely.
Awesome. Okay. Well, big ups to you on trying to teach because even through what we do, we have to remember the children.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
something that I always try to do, remember, or, even if we volunteer
Right.
or, just go and throw a huge party or something, just let everybody come free,
Yeah.
adults and children.
Oh
We
yeah.
have
Oh
to
yeah.
remember them because they are our future. I mean, and I know it sounds so cliche, but
It's the truth.
it really is the truth. And it's just like, without us, who would there be? Like, Anthony's a little younger than I. And I was just telling him that I like how they all are forming their group and,
Right. Right.
rising up and as another, a group of artists
Right.
in
Right. Oh
Chicago,
yeah.
because we've mentioned a lot of people that we hear about all the time, and we hear about them all the time.
Right.
But I think it's time for some new faces to be shown, and I really congratulate you on what you're doing, and I
Thank you.
just want to say that the band name is called Unclassified Trio again, and where can you guys be found?
So we could be found on www.unclassifiedtrio.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, just Unclassified Trio. We can check out the website to check out when our next shows are. It gives you a list of everything. So just go ahead and Unclassified Trio on all social media outlets and also unclassifiedtrio.com.
That's amazing. Okay, Unclassified Trio. Well, I've truly enjoyed this show. Anthony, you most definitely have to
Definitely.
come back to us, okay?
Will
When
do.
both of us are here and when the full band is here, because we want to hear from them too. We want to hear how much of a tyrant you are in rehearsals.
I'll be seeing them after we wrap up here tonight.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning into the Frankie and Nycee radio show. We will be back next Tuesday, I believe, with a very special guest. Don't want to give it away. I want you guys to tune in to us. So you can always tune into us here at intellectualradio.com, and you can tune into us on Facebook as well as YouTube. We really want you guys to go to our YouTube page and, leave your comments and your thoughts. Okay. All right. All right. We out here.